Hi, I'm Dr. Phil Parker. I'm a researcher into the psychology of health and the designer of the Lightning Process. People often ask me, how did I come up with the Lightning Process? Well, it all starts about 21 years ago at the end of the last century, about 1999. I was working with clients clinically who had some very serious problems. And I had an interesting skill set in that I was an osteopath, so I worked physically with health, but I was also working with people's psychology and emotional health. And combining those two things got quite good results for many people, but there was a core group of people who were sent to me by other practitioners who had heard about my success with difficult cases. And I worked with these people. I just couldn't get any change for them, and I was concerned for them. It's like they'd been sent to me as a kind of last chance saloon, and I couldn't find any way to help them. So I spent some time studying this particular group of people who redefined really as stuck, that everything they tried, they really wanted to get well, but everything they tried didn't seem to work. And I started to do what's called a qualitative analysis, which is a particular research structure to identify what's going on, what are people thinking, what are they feeling, what are they experiencing, what are their symptoms, what does their body feel like, what are they eating, what are they doing, to try and understand why are these people not changing. They've seen so many great people over time and haven't got well. And in the process of that, I started to identify some patterns that seemed to be similar in everybody that I saw who had this stuckness. They had different conditions, but there was a commonality to what was going on for them. And then the next stage was to think, okay, what's going to make a difference to this stuckness? How can we change it? And that was really the origin of the Lightning Process, trying to find a solution for people who had run out of options. In the end, what the Lightning Process ended up as a result of these long and interesting conversations with people was a training program that teaches people empowering tools to utilize the mind-body connection. So that's changing your physiology by using your brain. Now, there are many ways we can change physiology. We can take pills, we can exercise more, we can change our diet, we do breathing techniques. But what we particularly look at is how can you use your brain to switch off certain systems and switch on other ones. And that's fundamentally what the Lightning Process is, training people to master those skills. It takes a little bit of time because it's a new set of skills, but everybody can do it. The science is quite clear about that everybody has the ability to shift their physiology by changing the way they use their brain. Different people take different times to learn it, but it is doable. So that's how the Lightning Process began. It started with a sense of, this isn't fair, these people really deserve to be well, what can we do to help them? And here we are now 20 years later, 21 years later, still making change to people, seeing people in 16 different countries over the world. So if you want to find out more about what it is, how it works, then please do